All right, second half here. We're going to finish up surface area of prisms and cylinders. Second half of section 10.4. Reminder, last time we did lateral and surface area. So we talked about the lateral area. Remember, lateral area is the perimeter times the height. It's the area around the outside. And then the surface area is the lateral area plus the area of the bases. So plus the areas of the top and the bottom. Cylinder, same thing. Lateral area, find the lateral area, which is the circumference times the height. And then surface area, the area to the circle is the top and bottom. All right. Number one here, we did these problems last time. So find the lateral area and the surface area. To find the surface area, you would take the perimeter times the height plus the bases. So plus both the bases there. So the perimeter was 26. We had 26 times the height of 3 plus 2 times the base. The bottom base was that 36? So I had 26 times 3, which was 78, plus 2 times 36, which was 72. 78 plus 72, I had a surface area on this one of 150 feet squared. Okay, you will want to make sure when you go to do your assignment today, you write down these formulas at the top of your page. It will make it a lot easier. We did cylinders after that. Cylinders was a lot more of the plug and chug method because you had the surface area was equal to 2 pi r h plus 2 pi r squared because that was the lateral area and then the area of the circles. So I'd plug that in. I had 2 pi 5 times 6 plus 2 pi 5 squared. And I worked it out and got the answer in terms of pi. We had 60 pi plus 50 pi, which then I got an answer of 110 pi. Okay, so there's the surface area of cylinders, surface area of prisms. We're continued on, and then we stopped at the surface area of composite figures. Now remember, they said to do surface area of small prism plus the surface area of large prism minus the hidden surfaces. I said take the surface area of the big one and add the lateral area of the small one. If you do that, you can get the same composite figure surface area. All right, last thing we're going to talk about today, we didn't talk about this yesterday, is dimensions. For example, what happens if I multiply all of these sides of a length? Okay, well, they found the surface area of this prism here. The surface area of that prism is 92. They then multiplied all the dimensions by 3. So instead of this one being 8, that now became 24. Instead of 2, this one's 6. Instead of 3, this one is now 9. Well, when you find the surface area of this shape now, it comes out to be 828 millimeters squared. So the question there was, well, what's the difference here? How do you get from one to the other one? Notice if I take it times 3, anytime I find area, what are my units in? Units what? Squared. So I take everything times 3, really I'm taking the area by 3 squared. So my area then is 9 times larger. Guess what? Let's say instead of 3, I take everything times 4. What do you suppose my dimensions are going to be how much bigger now? 16, because I do 4 squared. So my new dimensions now my new area is now 16 times bigger. Okay, and that just goes because area is unit squared. Yes, sir?
So if you just get the regular one, then take it by what you're supposed to be multiplying squared, you don't actually have to...
Nope, that's exactly it.
That makes it so much easier.
So we did numbers 9 and 10, correct me if I'm wrong, right?
Yeah.
We did numbers 9 and 10. 9, remember, we did the surface area of the big one. Let's see here. So we had the surface area of the big prism. What was the surface area of the big prism? Wasn't it? Was it 48? And then we did the lateral area of the small one. Lateral area of the small one was what, 20, right? And then I added those, and the total surface area was then 68 centimeters squared. Nice job. Did we stop at 11 or did we finish number 11? We did finish 11. Nice job. So who remembers the answer to number 11? 76 plus 12 pi. So it came out to be 76 plus 12 pi inches squared. Nice job. Okay, so there's review of number 11 there. And again, what would you do? You'd find the surface area of the prism and then add the surface area of the cylinder. Well, what we're going to talk about today now is those dimensions. So describe the effect of each change in the surface area of the given figure. Well, 12 here, what's the surface area of the original here? So let's find the surface area of the original prism. So surface area is perimeter times height plus the bases, or 2 of the bases. So the perimeter is 12. My height is 2. What's the area of my bottom base? So 2 times 5. So 12 times 2 plus 2 times 5. So I get 24 plus 10, which is 34. So the surface area of this figure is 34. Now they want us to find out, well, if the length, width, and height are multiplied by 2, what's my new surface area going to be? Well, it's, what do we say? It's units what? Squared. So what am I going to do with that 2? I'm going to square it. So 2 squared gets me 4. So if I take 34 times 4, I get my new surface area. And my new surface area would be 136. And guess what? If you were to work it out and do all this out, so instead of 5, that's 10. Instead of 1, that's 2. And instead of 2, this is 4. And you worked it all out, you would get 136 centimeters squared. So let's try 13. I want to find the surface area of the cylinder. Remember, surface area of a cylinder is 2 pi r squared plus 2 pi r h. Again, that'd be a formula to write down at the top of your paper today as you do your assignment. I'd plug and chug the information in. So what's my radius there? My radius is, anybody? 2. So I have 2 pi 2 squared plus 2 pi, what's my radius? What's my height? So 2 squared here is times 2. So I get 8 pi plus, what's 2 times 4? Times 2. So I have 8 pi plus 16 pi, which gets me 24 pi meters squared. Now, if the height and radius are multiplied by 1/2, what's my surface area going to be multiplied by? Because what's 1/2 squared? 1/4. So if I take it all times 1/2, if my surface area is 24 pi meters squared, what's my new surface area going to be then? Multiply by 1/4 because I square it. So it'd be 6 pi meters squared. And again, if I were to do all of my dimensions, so if I made that to 1, I made this a 2, and worked it all out, I would get 6 pi meters squared. Nice job. All right. Lastly, 14, 15 here. Try numbers 14 and 15. So again, I would find the original dimensions, and then use the squared terms to work it out. So try numbers 14, 15. Take a couple seconds to try these on your own. So let's say number 14 here. When you work out number 14, you have to find the surface area. The surface area, remember, is perimeter times the height plus 2 of the bases. The perimeter is 22 times the height of 1 plus 2 times the base of 20. Or yeah, the area of base is 10. So I end up with a surface area of, I believe, is it 32? Right? 42, thank you, you're right. So surface area is 42 centimeters squared. Now, if everything is multiplied by 12, what am I going to take my surface area times? What's 12 squared? So I would take 42 times 144, and that gets me my new surface area is it 6,048? 6,048 centimeters squared. Nice job. 15. I'd have to find the surface area of the cylinder. Remember, surface area for a cylinder is 2 pi r squared plus 2 pi rh. The radius here is 2, so I have 2 pi 2 squared plus 2 pi 2 times 1. 2 squared is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. I get 8 pi. Plus 2 times 1 is 2, times 2 is 4. I get 4 pi. 8 pi plus 4 pi gets me 12 pi. So surface area of that cylinder is 12 pi. But what happens if all the dimensions are divided by 4? What's my surface area really going to be divided by? 16. So I take 12 pi divided by 16. And what's my new surface area going to be?
3/4 pi.
3/4 pi is my new surface area here then. Nice job.
Here's like 2.
And that's it for today.